So just to let everybody know, prior to this, we're going to be recording and I will post it on the website so you can watch it back later if there's tips that you didn't catch. So.
Good, thanks. I want to remind everyone we have a town hall coming up. What date, Mindy?
The 24th.
And it's going to be a legislative update, a Zoom call from 6 to 7. So you'll be getting information on that. So I hope you'll join us. And we're hoping we can get started back in the fall with our retired physician luncheons. Everyone's chomping at the bit to get out and be social, but we just have to hang in there a little bit longer. So Mindy, you want to start off, or Dr. Shulan?
Dr. Shulan's going to start.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to welcome you guys to our meeting for the retired physicians on Zoom Basics. Unfortunately, we're having to do way too much Zoom these days.
Yes.
I've got another 2-hour Zoom meeting after this.
That's a fun one, though.
Yeah, that's true. And but unfortunately, we're having to do a lot of Zoom to be able to socially communicate, to have meetings because of this darn virus. Hopefully, with the vaccines coming out and becoming more prevalent, I'm hoping this fall we can get back to meeting in person and getting together. But in the meantime, Zoom does offer us a great way of being able to see each other, to be able to communicate, and to have meetings. So we will get started on this. Zoom is not earth-shaking. It's nothing to be nervous about. It's always a learning process. I'm always learning new things as I'm playing with this device. When you're in Zoom, realize you're going to be seen if you have your camera on. If you have your microphone on, people can hear you. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of yourself. Look at the screen. Be centered. Don't go kind of walking around there, or if you're holding an iPad, don't hold it up against your face and it looks kind of funny. It just makes things a little bit easier.
Put your fingers up there like Mindy did.
Okay, so we can go on the next slide. Beware when the microphone is on. Everyone hears what you're doing. So if you're talking on the phone, you're talking to your spouse or handling papers, they'll hear you. We have a lot of Zoom meetings with our community with some lectures, and there are always people turning on the microphone and then talking in the background and making it almost impossible to hear the speaker. So realize what you're doing. And if you think that you're going to be making noise in the background, just mute your microphone. It's okay. And a lot of meetings will automatically mute your microphone, and unless you're asked to, please don't unmute because it can be disruptive for the meeting. Aim the camera at your face, and there's an even Zoom setting to touch up your face to make you look a little bit better.
Where's that?
Doesn't help me too much, but what can I say?
Where is that?
I'll show you. It's best not to be eating during a Zoom meeting if you have your camera on. If you're muted and you have your camera off, it probably doesn't matter. It's always impolite to try to join into a meeting late. Try to join right when it starts. There's often a tone when you join the meeting, and you'll hear it. Again, in our community, we'll have these lectures, and all of a sudden you hear these bing, 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 right in the middle of the lecture, and it's rather distracting. Be aware of your controls. On an iPad, they're generally at the top. What we have here, sometimes you may have to touch the upper part of the screen to be able to bring up these controls. It's important to know where the mute is, stop video or start video. The share screen button is useful if you are a presenter and you want to share what's on your screen. The participants button will show you who's there. And then we'll go into a little bit more of what the more settings are. Okay, we can go to the next slide. iPhone, the controls are a little bit different. They'll often be at the bottom, but you basically have the same controls, and the same thing with Android. With a PC, it's often at the top, again with the various controls, mute, unmute, participants, and help you be able to control your meeting. Mute and video is very important. Chat is a very useful feature. If you have the premium version of Zoom, you can record, and you can also set reactions, and I'll show you how you can do it on the iPad and some of the other devices. Okay, we can go to the next slide. On the iPad, to get to more features, just at the top, click on More, where I have the arrow. Okay, we can go on to the next slide. And here we have, you could raise your hand to get attention. There's a button to hit to get chat. You can get into your meeting sections. You can minimize the meeting, and you could go into your virtual background and actually change that. And you can also give various emojis, clapping, thumbs up, heart, laughing, wow, cheers. They don't have raspberries, but you can give various what you feel about what's going on. Okay, we can go on to the next slide. And then the meeting settings on the iPad, it'll show the meeting topic. And I always like to click show meeting controls. If you have that turned off, you'll have to click at the top of the screen to bring that up. I like to touch up my appearance so I don't look quite as bad as I normally do. You can have closed captioning, show the name of the participants, show non-video participants, show self-view, and you can also show the connected time, the amount of time you're on the meeting. And whether you're on an iPad, a Mac, a PC, iPhone, all these controls are basically around at some point. You have to go into different areas to be able to get that. We can go on to the next slide. With the change the video background, this is from my iPad. I show, you can see at the bottom the video background I have. I could hit plus and it'll bring up from my photos, I can choose a background. We can go on to the next. With the iPad, to get into the settings, it's up towards the top on the left to get into the settings, where it shows a little controller there. Next, on the PC, it'll be more, the settings will be more on the left side, and you can set up your profile. You can set up an account there if you want to. You're not required to set up an account if you are just watching it, but it's often nice to set up an account. It'll give your name, and if you ever do want to upgrade your account to host a meeting longer than 40 minutes, then the upgrade is nice.
Just so you guys know, on this, in this area, you can actually add a photo. So if you don't want to be on video, it will just show that photo in your screen instead of having everyone see what you're doing. Sometimes I'm working and I don't want people to see that I'm working, and because it makes you think I'm not paying attention, even though I'm listening. So I'll just have a photo up. So you can always add a photo here as like an extra in case you don't want to be on video. Or if you don't have a camera on your camera's not working or you're having an issue, you can always have that picture will pop up.
Okay, very good. We can go on to next. Does anyone have any questions?
I'll have Mindy help me. I want to learn how to upload a photo,
I'll help you upload a photo.
which is nice. Are we going to go?
Dr. Hildreth, did you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question about, I understand that there is a charge for Zoom now. Is that just for if you're going to have meetings more than 40 minutes? I mean, or if you sign up for Zoom, is it free unless you have meetings over 40 minutes? What's the deal about charges?
Okay, so if you attend a meeting, like say if you attend a meeting that we've invited you to a meeting, there's no charge.
Right, I understand that.
Now, if you want to have an account, you can get a free account. You can have it for up to 3 people. And then you can have 40-minute meetings.
I think you can
Like
actually
40
have
minutes.
more than 3 people.
Do they have ones for more than 3 people now?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can
I
have
know
as
when I
many,
initially signed up, it was 3 people.
so as long as you keep it under 40 minutes, there's no charge for as many meetings as you want to schedule?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
good, thank you.
And then if you want to go up for more time, then it progressively has a higher price base.
And also, if you want to record, you'll need to have a premium account.
Right. Otherwise, you can do everything that he just showed you with the free account. Everything will still work. You just cannot record. You cannot go over 40 minutes.
And the account that I have is a free account.
Now, how do you even get to that free account? Is there like a little place to log
Okay,
in?
so on the bottom of this slide, which I'll send everyone that's attended the slides, you just go to Zoom US, zoom.us, and you can sign up for a free account. You just need an email address, which I'm sure everybody has. But if you attend someone else's meeting, there's no charge. That person is the person that's either
Hosted.
using their free account or getting the charge.
And this could be nice for a lot of you if you just want to talk to family or have a little meeting with a neighbor or something. I like it. It's good.
I did a Zoom New Year's Eve with my family, and I also did a Zoom Christmas Eve with my family.
How
And
fun.
everybody got together, and it was actually better because my family in Colorado could come, my family in Georgia could come, my family in North Carolina could come. So it was like it didn't have to be specifically anybody. They could be anywhere.
So you had more than 4 or 5 people though.
I did. I have
Yeah.
an account of my own.
Okay, cool.
And you can set up an account and just have it for a month that you're paying and then go back to the free account. So if
Right.
you're going to have
Oh, okay.
a get together and you want to do more things, you can set up an account, pay for a month, and then go back to the free account.
And how much would that be?
For the paid account,
Yeah, let's say you wanted to try it out for a month or 2.
it's tiered. I think it starts at $19.95 is the lowest one.
Okay.
So it's $20 for a video for a month. You can have as many videos with your family as you want.
That
Or
would be
a
nice
business
for the
account,
holiday.
or
Okay.
like we pay ours annually for the medical society because we use it all the time.
Right.
And we can have up to 500 participants. So
Well, I remember when we first did our first Zoom meeting, I was going to have a heart attack and I was going to have to quit because like, I'm not going to be able to do it. But now it's just part of our nature. It's part of what we do every day and it's more comfortable. I'm still not
right.
sure.
And
about
that's why I said, don't be anxious because it's a learning process. The
Mhm.
more you use it, the more comfortable you get using it.
Yeah.
And the more you use it, the more tricks you learn, changing your video, changing your photos, and
I want to do a background too, I think.
Yeah, I've been
adding
getting all of
background.
my CMA for this last year on Zoom. In fact, I just did one, the atrial fibrillation 2001. There were 6,000 participants on the Zoom.
So they pay a lot for their Zoom,
Yeah, right.
but it's helpful. And we are setting up several, we did our whole entire future of medicine where you got CMEs for that. Last year it was 5 weeks, D, where we had a speaker every week for 5 weeks and you got CMEs for that. So, we're trying to go that route. We also did a end of the year licensing CME class on Zoom. So everyone's using it.
How would you compare this to, say, Skype?
I think you can I think on Skype, I can't have as many users.
Microsoft uses Teams
Right.
to do a similar thing to Zoom.
My son goes to school through Teams.
I'm on a
So,
board with Palm Beach County and they're using Teams.
and which one do you think is easier to use, this one or Teams?
They're both very similar. To tell you that I find a huge difference, I think there's probably a little better security with the Teams. And since it's the county board, they don't want to be Zoom bombed.
Yeah, we've had that happen. Haven't we, Dee? Everybody was very kind about it, but we did get Zoom bombed. But we learned our security lessons. Just for the record, on the bottom, there's security. You can actually lock down your room now, to where once everyone's entered into the room, you can lock the room and no one else can get in the room. So that's very helpful.
And they've been improving the security on Zoom as time has been going on.
Yes.
Thank God Mindy was on the call. She was managed to compose herself and get this person out. I was just like trying to find the delete button because it was not a very nice picture.
I can tell you, your brain can take in a lot of information in 3 seconds.
Right across the screen.
I watched it back because we recorded the meeting. We were gonna put it on YouTube. It was a resident series, and I watched it back and counted to see how long the picture was up. 3 seconds.
It seemed like a half an hour.
It did seem like a half an hour. And we can laugh about it now, but then it wasn't so funny.
It was not funny at all. What did I just do? Somehow I just
Does anyone have any questions, comments, what they would like to see with the retired physicians group?
Well, I have a question, and Deanna and Mindy, you could probably answer this about Bill and his wife. Have you heard anything from them since he was the one that was originally setting up all these meetings and everything?
I know. I have not heard, as far as I know, Miss Adkins is still in the nursing home. Dr. Adkins is getting involved in a medical society up there. We had a call and give him a good, they were asking about him to get in. I'm like, oh my God, you're so lucky. So lucky. But no, I have not, but the Blairs generally keep in contact with her. I will reach out to Sandra and see if she's heard anything. I'm assuming no news is like everything is status quo, but no, I have not heard anything.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
How's everybody been doing getting the vaccine?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm
Raise your hand if you got the vaccine. Good. I didn't. I'm just saying raise your hand, but good.
I'd like to thank the Medical Society for sponsoring a day.
Thank you.
Must be about 4 weeks ago now that you could get a vaccine. I'll get my second dose tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be there taking pictures.
He's going to be there to take your picture.
Great.
Yeah, we're very excited. And I wish we could do that again. We're getting so many calls, especially from the retireds, because the docs in practice that have hospital privileges most of them been able to get them, but their staff hasn't, and the retired doctors have been having a tough time.
My retired calls for, or I want my spouse to get it, and I do
Yeah.
feel for everyone.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I was in the AstraZeneca vaccine trial with
Oh, yeah.
Bush,
Dr. Bush.
and I was able to get unblinded, and I got the vaccine.
That's good. And did
And,
Mrs.
my
Shulan?
wife had a fever after the first shot, so she got the vaccine.
Has she been unblinded yet or no?
She hasn't been officially unblinded, but she had a pretty good fever, so
Yes, she probably had it.
she probably had it. And then the
So
second shot,
everyone
we
in
had
this
never-
room has had their vaccine except for Dee and I.
Maybe, yeah. That's good to know.
That
And
is
then you
good to
got the
know.
second one coming up.
Interestingly, I have a physician friend who, he and his wife got the vaccine, but they had no side effects. So they wanted to get a antibody test to make sure they really were a responder to the vaccine.
Hmm.
And, I don't know that that's absolutely necessary, but I guess if you didn't have any side effects, maybe you want to know.
Yeah, doesn't hurt. Really.
Well,
People
my
should know, too.
brother-in-law was on the must have been on the placebo. He had his doctor did antibodies on him, and they were non-existent.
I had
have
some pretty
another,
good,
person in our community who was in the study, and he got unblinded, and he got the actual vaccine, and his doctor still got the antibodies, and they were quite high.
Hmm.
because if you want to get an antibody test for free, all you need to do is give a pint of blood and they check the antibodies for free. So
Oh,
a lot of otherwise, you pay $100 or whatever it is to Quest and they'll do it for you. But give a
Oh.
pint of blood and
you
it's,
donate blood, save a life.
I'm sorry.
There is a place in Port St. Lucie that will test you. And if you donate after, like say you come back positive, they'll refund you your money.
I thought there was an age limit on donating blood.
It's not for
Well,
donation.
they took my blood and I'm 83 years old. So like, I don't think there is. But they've got a new way of checking your blood, your hemoglobin. I don't know if you've given blood recently, but instead of sticking your finger with that little needle, they put some little tape on it, and the tape is notoriously inaccurate. It said mine was way, way low, and I know it wasn't low because I just had a blood test a week before. So I had to wait around for a while and they checked it again. Oh yeah, it's finally normal. I've had other people complain about the same sort of thing. So if you do give blood and they say, oh, you're anemic, don't believe it.
Yeah.
But I don't think there is an age limit. I think there is a weight limit. And my wife was unable to give blood because
Oh, she's too tiny.
she had to be at least 95 or 100 pounds or something, or else
And they
they won't
limit
give blood.
based on some of the medications you may be on too.
That could be, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if you've ever had hepatitis, I used to work at the blood bank another whole life of mine between banking and working here. Yes, there's a minimum weight limit, and you've traveled out of the country. But it's really pretty easy to donate. And it does save, like, one donation can save up to 5 lives. So it's a good thing to do.
And there's not too many people traveling out of the country lately.
Not now.
Got that right.
My husband and I are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary next month, and we were supposed to go to Europe, but obviously we'll probably be going to Orlando now instead. But
That
Yeah.
feels like out of the country.
it does.
I was going to say,
Before
Orlando is
night
out of this
we're going to
country.
Europe.
Nobody speaks English up there.
Exactly. We could go to what's the place, all the countries, Epcot. No,
Epcot.
I think we're just going to wait till next year and celebrate it for our 26th.
Southwest National Parks is a great place to go.
Southwest, yeah. Is it nice? Good. We want to do something and not be around too many people and try something different. Well, we don't have any more questions. I mean, who was in the left-hand corner, Mal? Who is that?
It's Mal Harmley.
Okay, hi.
I'm a newbie. I just moved to Palm Beach County, and I thought I'd join your meeting.
Well, we're so
Welcome.
glad you
And I'm
did.
looking for a part-time job.
Tell us where you're from.
I'm from New Jersey,
Okay.
Livingston, New Jersey. And I moved down here about 7 months ago.
Wonderful. And
Welcome.
you're looking for some part-time work, looking for volunteering, or a little of both?
A little of both, probably. I have some medical problems, but I can still work at least 4 hours a day.
Okay.
So keep me
So
in
what's your
mind.
specialty?
I'm an internist, a rheumatologist.
A good place they're always looking for people to volunteer is Caridad. I don't know what that situation is now with COVID. But like Caridad's
And
always looking.
MRC.
I haven't, to answer your last question, I have yet to get my shot of vaccine,
Oh,
and I'm trying for 2 weeks, but I think I got one scheduled for tomorrow or Saturday. I'm not sure yet.
what, through
So-
Publix?
No, it's not with Publix. It's with Treetops down in Davies,
Oh, okay, okay.
down at Davies someplace.
Oh,
My wife-
good luck to you. People are going everywhere to get them.
Yeah, well, Publix was a disaster over here.
Yeah.
They filled up like in a half hour. And
Where do you
although
live
it's
now?
right at
What-
6 o'clock. What?
Where do you live now? Around what area?
I'm in Tivoli Reserve on Hagen Ranch.
Oh, Boynton.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I
very
heard
nice.
they were gone in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was gone.
Oh,
They need more vaccine.
To get unblinded, I had to have an appointment for a vaccine. And I got it through Cleveland Clinic, but I was, you have to check on their website, which, 1 minute they may be out of vaccine and the next minute they're open, call immediately and then be on the phone for an hour. And then I was able to get an appointment. And if I had gotten placebo, I would have gone and gotten the vaccine.
And you haven't gone again.
But unfortunately, I'd gotten the vaccine and I was able to cancel it online.
oh, good. Somebody else got in. Good.
Because there's plenty
way
of
the-
people who want the
The way the
vaccine.
Cleveland Clinic was for a while, that you had to be a patient in there and you had to give them your, your patient number, or your account number. Is that still the
They
case?
were taking
No.
people
Mhm.
who were not Cleveland Clinic.
Really?
There were
They
a lot
did
of
for a
people
little
in our
while.
community who went there.
They did
Interesting.
open it up.
My sister-in-law went to the Department of Health website and she went and got her shot out at John Prince Park, and then she's getting her second shot at the fairgrounds. So she just went to the DOH website, which seemed a little easier than Publix, because she went on to Publix a couple of times, like right at 6 o'clock, and by 5 after there was nothing left. So I guess there's just, unfortunately, we don't have anything special for doctors right now. We hope to, but it's been a struggle for everybody trying to get them.
No, and we did get lucky. The fire rescue donated
Yep.
shots to us that we,
Had 2 days, yeah,
yeah. So
yes.
maybe someone else will donate some more shots and we'll get the word out to everyone and let you guys know. Well, you guys are good, but
Make
Well-
sure, Mal, because I forgot your name, Mal. What is it?
Herman. It's
You
Herman.
let us know if you still want a shot, because we're putting people on a list that need one. In case we happen to get them, we'll call you, just as another backup for you.
Okay, thank you. I should have a shot by tomorrow.
Oh, good, that's right.
yeah, if
Okay.
it doesn't, if something happens and you can't get it tomorrow, definitely reach out to us.
Yes.
Will do. Thank
Add
you.
to the
Make sure
list.
that you're on our list. Dee's got a running list.
I do. You do want to be on this list.
It
Okay.
is the list you want to be on. It's like Santa's good list.
Exactly. You want to be on Santa's good list.
Okay, well, I'll join the list if I don't get shot tomorrow.
Okay.
Any
does
other
that-
questions?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Dr.
No
Shulan.
Yeah,
Okay,
thanks,
thank
Dr.
you everyone for joining.
He's our
Thank
you,
photographer
Jack.
and our IT guru. And please tell Dr. Shulan and Mrs. Dr. Shulan that we said hello when we missed her today.
Okay, take
And
it
if you
easy.
guys have
Stay
any
well.
other ideas for retired meetings,
Please call or send me an
if you
email.
have something that you want to learn or
Yeah.
any kind of speakers, let us know and we'll definitely try to set something up.
Okay.
Great.
Take care.
Stay well.
Bye-bye.
Take it
Stay
easy.
well.
Thank you for attending, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for having us.
Bye-bye. Thank you.